Good morning, everybody. We're not ready. So, if you didn't notice the blue sheet on your table, this is a word scramble. In years past, we've done some fun historical Brattleboro photos that you could try to identify. This year we thought we'd try something different. So it's sort of a la the turkey scramble, which I'll admit is my favorite thing to do at Thanksgiving. So names of chamber members, Brattleboro area businesses, and so some little prizes at the end to the table that gets the most correct. So you can certainly work on that while people are talking. That's fun. So welcome to today's 2020 annual meeting of the Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce. Before we get started, I wanted to say a big thank you to our sponsors. Their generosity has provided us with today's breakfast, which was delicious. People's United Bank, Brattleboro Subaru, and the Vermont Country Deli. And thank you to the retreat for hosting us, as they have in years past. Just appreciate the space here today. And I wanted to take a moment to introduce Dr. Lewis Josephson. Why don't you say good morning to everyone?
Welcome to the retreat again. Great turnout. I'm so glad you're here. I just want to take this moment this year in particular to just say two things to you. One is we are open. We are doing business. We're serving hundreds of patients every day. We're still doing great work for Vermonters. So count on us to be here for people's addictions. Thank you. And as the biggest employer in Windham County, we're really grateful. In this room last week, we had some big town hall meetings with staff, really amazing turnout, and staff are hanging in. They're really committed to this place. We have just a remarkable crew working here. So know that we're working really hard with our state partners for solutions. We're hoping we're going to get to a better place soon. And so we'll keep you posted with that, but I just want to thank you all for your support, for the town, all the businesses. Everyone's just been amazing. So personally, I just got to say a huge thank you. So enjoy your meeting, and so glad to host you again this year.
Thank you. Before I introduce our board, I wondered if there were any new chamber members that wanted to just get up and say hello, introduce yourself, say good morning. I'm not sure, so I'm sort of putting that out there to the crowd. One year we had lots of people pop up. It was actually really kind of neat. We can skip that. So let's see. Current board members of the Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce: Nicole Braun from Great Eastern Radio. Maybe just wave or stand up as I say your name. Michelle Corson from Brattleboro Savings and Loan. Cindy Delgado from the Vermont Department of Labor. I know Cindy is not here today. Brad Ellis from Vernon Homes. Who's in the back? Bob Gammon from WTSA. Ross Gibson, the Richards Group. Dave Harlow, standing in the back, from Downs Rockland Martin. Ryan Jennings, from Community Bank. Myself, Tracy John from the Vermont Country Deli. Gina Pattison from Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. John Shaka, Brattleboro Subaru. And Dean Wilson from Southern Vermont Wellness. We have two individuals who are being nominated to join our board today. Hope you will approve via our vote. Sean Garland from the Vermont Association of Business, Industry, and Rehabilitation. I had to write that down. And Carla Lineback from SIT. Thank you. I wanted to take a moment before we elect our new board to thank a former board member who is setting off today, Vicki Case. Unfortunately, I think Vicki is not here today, but we saluted Vicki last year for her 3 years of service as our chamber president, and made just a token donation to her favorite charity. She kindly stayed on with us for another year. So it's with deep gratitude we thank Vicki for actually 7 years of dedicated service to the Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce. I know Pete is here. We have some flowers for Vicki if I could give those to you if you're here somewhere. I saw you in the back. Okay. We can do it later. Thank you. So this is sort of the official housekeeping part of today. We're going to call our business meeting to order. The first order of business is to accept the minutes of the 2019 annual meeting. They are on the table. I'm sure you've read them extensively. I know I did. If I could get a motion to accept the minutes of the 2019 annual meeting.
So moved.
They said they leave me hanging, which I thought was funny. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries, thank you. Kate O'Connor, who's our executive director, will be providing our financial report today. Here's Kate.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to make this really quick because we have more fun things to get to. In 2019, our operating budget was $177,000. Our major revenue came from membership dues. So if anybody out there knows somebody who would like to be a member, let us know. We could always use it for a variety of reasons. We have about nearly 400 members at the end of 2019. In addition to dues, we have other sources of revenue that include the generosity of the sponsors who underwrite our events and our website. Our events in 2019 included the annual Lunch with the Governor featuring Phil Scott, our popular Breakfast with Windham County Legislative Delegation, our 2 winter holiday events, Jingle Bell Jog, and the Holidays Holiday Night Shopping and Dining Promotion. And we held a new event this year, which was a forum on the growing business of cannabis. It was really well attended, it was very popular, and we're hoping to do more informational events like that this year. Our one and only marketing campaign was funded through a variety of voluntary contributions made by our members. And that last year received nearly $7,000 from 125 businesses and organizations. So we very much thank everybody who helps with that marketing. We offer dental insurance to our members, and we receive a commission, and we received about $10,000 last year. All in all, 2019 was a great year for us, and we're looking to do a lot of more successful events in 2020. And if you want to sponsor an event, or do whatever, give us a one and only contribution, please let us know, because we really, really thank you for your support.
So next up, the election of the 2020 Board of Directors. Before we approve the full slate, I want to once again join the board for 3-year terms beginning this year, Sean Garland and Carla Lineback. Ballots were emailed to the membership back on January 13th, and the slate of Board of Directors nominees was approved. So having been voted on by the Chamber membership, I do need a motion to approve the names as printed for appointment to the Board of Directors.
So moved.
Do I hear a second? Okay, all those in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Congratulations, thank you. So the election of 2020 slate of officers. These are the recommendations. Myself, Tracy John, continuing as president. Cindy Delgado as our new vice president. Michelle Corson continuing as treasurer. And Gina Pattison as our new secretary. I wonder if there are any other nominations here in the room. And if not, one more motion to approve the slate of officers as recommended. Thank you. A second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you. So congratulations to the new officers and the remaining officers of the board. This is real quick. We did do some bylaw changes this year. The Chamber Board of Directors is recommending a change to Article 5 of our bylaws. This requires a vote of the members at a regular or special meeting, so we're looking for your approval today. The changes also were emailed to you on January 13th. There are some informational sheets on the table. We're recommending 2 changes today. We've changed the minimum number of board members from 15 to 11. We found that having a smaller board is more workable. We were spending a lot of time looking for board members rather than just doing our work. We certainly won't limit ourselves to 11. We actually have 14 now. Just allows us a little more flexibility as we put our board together. We also added an article to allow the vice president, secretary, and treasurer, if they choose, to serve an additional year on the board after they've served their maximum 2 consecutive terms. We always had this there for the president, but decided that it was nice to transition from projects that people were still working on them to be able to stay for another year. So I don't know if anyone has any questions about that. I guess I have one last motion. So one last motion to approve the changes to the bylaws as they are written.
So moved.
Thank you. And a second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. All right, thank you. The motion carries. So that's all of our housekeeping. Now on to some much more interesting and fun stuff. We have some business anniversaries today. If I can have Ross come up and join me. Looks surprised. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I think, anniversaries that we're going to give out today.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. Good morning, everyone. So it's my distinct pleasure to do present the first 3 anniversaries and 3 very significant, important nonprofit organizations of our community, each serving a different population that's very important. So the first one is Groundwork Collaborative, and as you know, Groundwork Collaborative was formed in 2015 through the merger of Morningside Shelter and the Brattleboro Area Drop-In Center. Groundworks provides food, shelter, and supportive services to individuals in need in our community, and they serve over 4,000 of our neighbors each year. They operate a 30-bed year-round shelter, 33-bed winter overflow shelter, and they also now operate FoodWorks, which is the new name for the community's most heavily used food shelf program. Groundworks is currently raising the remaining dollars needed to open a new and permanent home for the seasonal overflow shelter on South Main Street this fall, which is very exciting news. So the Chamber is very pleased to recognize Groundworks Collaborative, who are also our 2019 Member of the Year on their 5th anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you.
They do just such great work in our community, so important. All right, the next one is the Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro. In every community, there are boys and girls who are left to find their own recreation and companionship in the streets. Increasingly, there are a number of children who are at home with no adult supervision. Young people need to know that someone cares about them. The Boys and Girls Club of Brattleboro provides a safe place for young people to learn, grow, develop relationships with caring adult professionals. They develop an experience that instill a sense of competence, usefulness, belonging, influence, and create hope and opportunity. Great organization, and we're very proud and pleased to recognize the Girls and Boys Club on their 20th anniversary. Anyone here from the Boys and Girls Club?
I'm a board member.
Ah, here we go. Accepting the award.
Accepting the award. Lisa Ford.
Good to see you. That's great. Thank you for stepping up. Steve Gordon's been a long-time supporter and champion of the Girls and Boys Club, so that's great. All right. Fingers, if it's working. All right. Lastly, Hi5 Adventure Center. Building connections, empowering people, and creating change. That's the beginning, the middle, and the future of the Hi5 Adventure Learning Center. In 2006, dedicated experiential educators launched Hi5 Adventure Center, an educational nonprofit with focus on leadership development. And with 20 years later, the organization's grown to 22 team members who embrace the work that they do with purpose and passion. Their work takes place in a variety of settings, including classrooms, offices, meeting spaces, and of course, on their challenge courses, one of which is on site at Winston Prouty where they are located. The Chamber is very pleased to recognize Hi5 Adventure Learning Center on its 20th anniversary. Congratulations. Oh, you got a whole crew here. This is great. Nice. Let's take that. Great. Now I'm going to turn it over to a fellow board member, Dean Wilson, who's going to go through the next group of awardees.
Good morning, everyone. How you doing? Thanks for coming on this cold morning. Just spoke with my sister down in Florida. We all don't feel bad for them, but it got down into the 30s. Oh, right? It's been so cold that apparently reptiles are falling out of the trees. It's creating a safety hazard for people in the community where my sister is, so please send your thoughts and prayers to people. First business I'm doing three is a Hi5. Oh no, that's a New England Youth Theater. That was Ross. New England Youth Theater fosters the growth of young people through the practice of theater arts in a welcoming, youth-centered community. Over the years, New England Youth Theater has grown from inhabiting a small restaurant with 30 young actors creating a production of A Midsummer Night's Dream, to a bustling, accessible youth theater of over 500 students and over 50 theater mentor professionals engaged in all aspects of theater making. In addition to an astounding 8 main stage productions each year, New England Youth Theater offers a host of classes and workshops year-round that cover all areas of acting and theater production. It's an incredibly important business for the young people in our community, and I want everyone to know how much we all appreciate the New England Youth Theater, and the Chamber is pleased to recognize the New England Youth Theater on its 20th anniversary. Next is a business on Main Street. I'm sure you've all been to. Kitchen Sink. Kitchen Sink is a family tradition of French cooking, and interior design was a natural foundation for Susie Warden's vision of Kitchen Sink. For 25 years, Susie has incorporated a stylish presentation of color, design, and kitchen-related goods in her store at 110 Main Street in downtown Brattleboro. Hard-to-find table linens, name-brand cookware, glassware, gadgets, and a wide range of cookbooks, spices, bakeware, and sections on ethnic cooking have made Kitchen Sink a must-stop for anyone who loves to cook, and I love to eat. So I'd like to welcome Susie. She's here. 25 years. There you go. Yes, yes.
Susie says thanks.
And finally, I was sitting at the table with the Urados this morning, and we were talking about their work ethic, and reminding them that their children had perfect attendance at Leland and Gray High School, which is quite an accomplishment these days. Wynacocha Carriage, top quality auto repair shop located at 151 Bird Street in Brattleboro, first opened its doors in 1995. With Jay Urado actively managing the shop and Jake Urado behind the scenes in the office, it didn't take long for this mom and pop operation to become and stay busy. Customers quickly came to appreciate Jay's attention to quality, detail, and respect for the customers who came through their door. Wynacocha has worked with the Wyndham Regional Career Center, training students and employees as apprentices to learn the trade from the ground up. Wynacocha Carriage has repeatedly been recognized by Market Surveys of America and Best Businesses of America, but they take the most pride in the positive feedback they receive from their satisfied customers. The Chamber is pleased to recognize Wynacocha Carriage on its 25th anniversary. Yes.
Burton Touch-Free Car Wash. Family-owned Burton Touch-Free Car Wash was established in 1975 and has been helping to keep Brattleboro automobiles sparkling ever since. Originally located at 201 Canal Street, it opened a second location and 15 years ago consolidated Canal Street to 873 Putney Road in Brattleboro. With state-of-the-art touch-free technology, they work hard to maintain a long-standing reputation of providing friendly and knowledgeable customer service at a reasonable price, always wanting customers to feel they have had a pleasant and clean experience whenever they visit. The Chamber is pleased to recognize Burton Touch-Free Car Wash on its 45th anniversary. Vernon Homes is a retirement community in Vernon that offers a full spectrum of living and care for seniors who can, as their needs change, choose independent apartment living, assisted living, and nursing care options on one campus. They can also find physical rehabilitation services on site. The community was founded in 1920 in South Vernon as a retirement home for pastors and missionaries. The beginnings were humble, but the home grew in scope and services. With compassion at its root, Vernon Homes innovated over its history to improve resident care. For the next 100 years, Vernon Homes is acting on its vision to revolutionize senior care by transforming its current nursing home into a community that provides a non-institutional home setting focused on independence and purpose for residents and staff members alike. The Chamber is pleased to recognize Vernon Homes on its 100th anniversary.
Somebody said I didn't look 100.
Do we have a word scramble winner? Okay, we'll do that later. We have some really wonderful award winners today. This is our Chamber member for the year 2019. Each year, the Chamber recognizes a business, organization, or nonprofit entity that has made a difference in our community. And today, we are proud to recognize not one, but two organizations working together for the common good. For most of us in this room, going to the dentist is not a big deal. We may not always like it, but it's a necessary part of our health care that is accessible and affordable to us. This is not true for many of our fellow community members. According to a community health needs assessment, about 5,000 adults in Wyndham County don't see a dentist regularly. The reasons include the cost of dental care and its accessibility. Almost 90% of what Vermonters pay for dental care is out of pocket. Low reimbursement rates means many dentists do not accept Medicaid and others are not taking new patients. Keeping teeth and gums healthy entails more than brushing and flossing. Regular dental visits for a checkup and professional cleaning play an important part in oral health care and a person's overall well-being and confidence. Only an experienced dentist will have an in-depth understanding of how oral health care affects the rest of the body. Two Chamber members recognize the importance of dental care and the need for more dental care options in our community, and out of their collaboration, the Wyndham County Dental Center was born. The center, located at 375 Canal Street, opened its doors in July of last year. Because of the center, all residents of Wyndham County now have access to high-quality oral care. The center accepts everyone, regardless of ability to pay, Medicaid patients, patients without insurance, and commercial insurance from people who live or work in Wyndham County. The center has 3 dental chairs, and a local dentist works in the clinic 3 days a week. To date, the center has seen more than 600 patients, and it's making a difference. Shortly after her first visit to the center, one patient explained what it meant to her. I feel like I tried a couple different dental offices and nobody was taking my insurance. They weren't even taking new patients. I'm going back, and for the first time ever, I'm excited to go to the dentist. So it's a big deal to be able to smile again. Our Chamber Members of the Year saw the tremendous need and put their energy into gathering together the resources that made the dental center possible. Donated office space, donated dental equipment, the assistance of local contractors to complete the necessary renovations, and the all-important financing. For recognizing a need in our community and working together to find a solution which resulted in dental care for everyone in Windham County, the Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce is pleased to name the United Way of Windham County and Brattleboro Memorial Hospital the 2019 Chamber Members of the Year.
I feel like Brad Pitt.
Well,
Thank
if
you.
you'd like to say something, certainly welcome.
Do you want to go first? Well, I just want to thank our board of directors at the hospital. We have a couple here, Donna, Bill, others, for authorizing us to move forward with our financial commitment to the dental center, employing the dentist, that we have another dentist actually coming to the center to increase access. I also want to recognize Ailey Peterson, who's sitting right there, who's our VP for the medical group, who was really instrumental working with Carmen and her staff in opening up the center. Well needed. We look forward to its continued growth, especially with the new dentists that are coming on this summer. I want to thank everyone in the community for the support of the dental center. Thank you.
I'll follow that by saying again, thank you to the board of directors of United Way who allowed me to continue on this project and to build all the partnerships that we have done in the community. I also want to thank all the staff of the dental center who every day works really hard to make sure that we overcome all the barriers that patients face in order to get dental care. I also, again, we want to thank Brattleboro Memorial Hospital, because without them, we would still be in the planning process, I believe. But it's been a great project, and we look forward to the growth. And I also want to thank our patients, who despite the fact that years of not having dental care still walk through that door to face whatever challenges face them so that they can get to help in their oral care. Thank you.
Gina Pattison is coming up to do the next award.
So I'm going to introduce the Entrepreneur of the Year for 2019. Our Entrepreneurs of the Year had a dream, and with passion, creativity, determination, and vision, they made the dream come true. Our entrepreneurs have been successful professional artists for over 46 years. Throughout these years, they have shared their expertise with local organizations, including the Brattleboro Museum and Art Center, the River Gallery School of Art, Windham Art Gallery, and Brattleboro West Arts. Though Brattleboro is known as an arts town, our entrepreneurs realized early on that the town actually had few standalone galleries dedicated to showcasing high-quality works of art. So in 2014, they took a risk and opened a commercial art gallery in the basement of the Candle in the Night building at 180 Main Street. Explaining why they decided to open the gallery, our entrepreneurs said, "Art has been our life's journey, and to explore, create, and manage an arts business was the next obvious step." It took hard work to transform the former recording studio into a gallery space. Over the gallery's 5 years, they have mounted over 40 exhibits representing 30 artists in a variety of styles and mediums. And to further spread the pleasure of visual arts into the community, they also curate a rotating exhibit in their gallery's annex in the Brooks House atrium. 3 years ago, our entrepreneurs had an opportunity they couldn't pass up. The owners of Candle in the Night were planning to close the store and were looking to sell their portion of the building. Buying it would create the opportunity to move the gallery to the street level, giving the artwork greater visibility while adding to the vitality of downtown by filling a prominent storefront space that might have otherwise been left vacant. So they took a leap of faith and purchased the storefront space, and after extensive renovations, they transformed the former store into a gallery. Some 600 people attended the grand opening in December. But moving the gallery wasn't enough for our entrepreneurs. Their former space was now empty, and that just wouldn't do. Working with a friend from East Hampton, Mass, to facilitate the creation of a cutting-edge printmaking studio, first proof press, and I might add, a new chamber member, would be the next step in making their ultimate dream a reality. Created an exciting and diverse arts building that would immeasurably benefit the town of Brattleboro. With Insight Photography's recent relocation into the building and the soon-to-be new tenants, the Brattleboro School of Dance, the building is now full of artistic energy from top to bottom. It's been said that our entrepreneurs have a passion for building ties between artists and the public, for sharing that passion, for investing in the cultural landscape of Brattleboro, and for making their dream a reality here in our town. It is our pleasure to name Petey Mitchell and Jim Giddings, the owners and curators of Mitchell Giddings Fine Arts, the 2019 Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce Entrepreneurs of the Year.
We are so grateful to be able to be living in this town and creating working on an arts community that we dearly care about. But we wouldn't be happening if it weren't for all of you guys. So caring about our community and the arts and what creativity can offer all of us. So here we go. Thanks.
Thank you, Anna.
Our final award today is our, not person, but persons of the year. Our theme today is great partnerships, and we'll continue that trend by honoring not one, but two people. Unsung heroes are committed to giving more than they take and doing it in a way that sometimes flies under the radar of the general public. They are focused on the big picture and are willing to sacrifice time and effort for the good of others. Our persons of the year are true unsung heroes. They have a sincere love of Brattleboro that they demonstrate every day through their deeds and actions. They help to make Brattleboro beautiful. In the winter, wreaths, greenery, and thousands of white lights make the downtown sparkle like a holiday wonderland. In the spring, summer, and fall, it explodes with vivid, living colors because of their handiwork and green thumbs. What began modestly in 2012 with buckets, flowers, and solicited donations has become an official and one of the most highly prized programs of the Downtown Brattleboro Alliance, funded by downtown property owners. The effort now takes a pickup truck, a 210-gallon water tank, and a 3 a.m. watering wake-up call 5 days a week to carry out. Only one of them is obsessed enough to get up at 3 a.m. The other is smart enough to get a good night's sleep in order to be able to deal with the obsessed one. The results add immeasurably to the vitality of downtown and are loved by residents and visitors alike. Those flowers get me smiling. They make the town look gorgeous. And who's responsible for those amazing flowers are some of the often heard comments. If you drive by Plenty Park and see two people with trash bags, sponges, buckets, and a leaf blower, stop and say hello, or better yet, get out and join the fun. You're seeing our Persons of the Year in action. It may come as a surprise to know that their beautification efforts extend beyond Main Street. They plant flowers by the Creamery Bridge in the spring and summer and put lights and a tree on the bridge during winter holidays. Our Persons of the Year are huge cheerleaders for the Harris Hill ski jump, investing time and energy in all facets of the event to help keep it soaring high. Additionally, they take on the thankless tasks that not a lot of us want to do, like serving on the select board or school board. They volunteer their time, energy, and know-how to helping others, from aiding people who lost their home in a fire, working on the renovation of Bridget's kitchen food shelf, or serving as a driving force behind the reformer Christmas stocking that provided warm clothes to local children. They are quietly committed to helping those in need. And all this while operating a successful retail store in downtown Brattleboro, yet a further important investment in the community. And note, there's been a Galantis on Main Street for 90 years, and we're gonna have more of that in a minute. Our Persons of the Year are a true team. They work together and support each other's efforts to make this town a better place in which to live. There's a lot more that can be said about our Persons of the Year, but there isn't enough time here. So it's with deep gratitude for all they do for our community that we honor Dick DeGray and Missy Galantis as the 2019 Brattleboro Area Chamber of Commerce Persons of the Year.
I'm not sure giving me a mic is a good thing to do. I actually have a tear in my eye. I haven't had that many nice things said about myself. They are all certainly deserving of my partner and my role model. When I heard the comment about Florida, I was down there the past few days, and I actually said I got to go north to warm up. I did not see any iguanas falling out of the trees on the golf course. I'm going to take 1 minute because this is a special platform. When I look out over the room, I see many people in this room here attending that could be standing here, and at some point will be standing here. I'm so appreciative, Missy and I, of the people in the community and what they do. And they go around every day and do things to make our community better, and they are not recognized, nor do they seek recognition. That's true community spirit. Me, on the other hand, my New Year's resolution was, Bill, I know you're here someplace, stop stopping at the deli and getting eclairs. That lasted 3 days. Walking every morning, January 1st, that was over. And then being Person of the Year. That's the only one I can check off. I say that facetiously because no one thinks that you're ever going to receive an honor like this. It is truly an honor for Missy and I, and what a partner that I have. She has been a true role model to me. When I first met Missy, when I came to Brattleboro back in the early 80s, my dealings with her when I was involved with the youth basketball program, which I was involved with for 25 years. And I had to go see Missy to order the shirts for the program. So that's when I first came in contact with her. And then I coached her, both of her sons, Spencer, who was here, and Jordan. And I was a little harder on Jordan, who's older. And Missy said, yeah, that guy's crazy. He just yells all the time. So our relationship started in the early 80s, and who knows, huh? So I just wanted to say to you, I thank you for your support. It is, one name I do want to mention is Ahmed Rashid. It's who we get our flowers from. We have, this flower program just didn't happen. It came together over years and different experiments. And, he is a true partner here. You talk about an unsung hero. He's really a great man and a partner. I'm honored for this award, and I know Missy is. Our children are here. My daughter came down from Burlington, And they too continue in the vein, and maybe it's something we had to do, Missy, but they volunteer in their communities, and they're doing volunteer work, and that makes me proud. You make me proud to be a member of our community. I love our town. We do have our scars on our knees, but we continue to try to fix those. That's what communities do. And I want to dispel one other rumor that's out there, is that there's going to be a ballot initiative in March about whether we want to change our governance. And somebody was thinking that I want to be the mayor. I am the mayor. I just don't get compensated for change. So, in closing, I want to thank you for the award. Kate, those words really humbled me, and I'm truly humbled. And I'm really honored to share this award with the love of my life and my partner, Missy. Thank you. I did want to say one other thing, and I was thinking of this because I knew I had to fly. So flying on the plane last night, once you get up there, since I didn't write anything down, you forget a lot of things. I'm big on tradition, and we have a tradition that's going to happen with Harris Hill, and I thank all the volunteers that do that. And the tradition of the 4th of July parade with Kate and Kevin and their late mom and pop who kept that tradition going. That's what community is. People step in and they volunteer, and I'm so proud to be of a community that has people like you and continued success. And if you can't donate money, donate your time. It's important to be involved. If you want community, you have to participate in community. It's what makes Brattleboro who it is and what it is, and why people like to come here. I'm on the street at 3 in the morning, I meet them all. When you spend as much time as I do alone, you realize and you start thinking about what our community is. I think about a lot of different things. But you should be proud to be residents here, and every day fight to make it better. Think about your community, participate. Bring your kids, participate. It's the essence of Brattleboro. And I'm proud to be a member of the community, and I'm proud to do what I do for the people of our community. That's the joy that I get in doing that flower program for all of you and everybody who comes here. Thank you very much, and have a great day.
We didn't want Missy to go too far. We have an anniversary, another anniversary this year that we decided to wait and do it at the end. It's totally coincidental, but the Galanis family has been part of the business community in Brattleboro for 90 years. And they have a real interesting history, so I want to read it to you and congratulate them not only for Dick and Missy, but for their 90 years of being a part of this community. Beginning in the 1920s, James Galanis Sr. established himself as a resident and business owner in Brattleboro. Prior to his arrival in town, he had been living in Newport, New Hampshire area, where he worked in a shoe factory with other Greek immigrants. By 1920, Jim Sr., as he was affectionately known, had been in the United States a mere 11 years, having arrived at Ellis Island on November 1st, 1909, aboard the SS Alice at the age of 18. According to records of his entry, he was alone. His family had remained in Greece. He spoke only Greek and was in possession of $50, which was extremely challenging circumstances by any standard. The first Galanis-owned business was a billiard and bowling establishment located on Elliott Street. In the early 30s, a new venture was undertaken known as the Galanis Shoe and Smoke Shop, located at 41 through 43 Main Street. In the 1950s, Jim Jr. and Philip Galanis joined their father in the family business. During the next 10 years, the three Galanis men were successful in transforming the shoe and smoke shop into what became known as Galanis Sporting Goods. This transformation included a move up the hill in the early 1960s to its current location at 116 Main Street. Father and sons enjoyed many happy and successful years in the sporting goods industry at this new location. They kept pace with the times and trends throughout their careers, evolving to meet the needs and demands of their customers in a changing retail market. By early 2000, some 70 plus years after the origination of the Galanis Shoe and Smoke Shop, sporting goods were gone and a dollar store took its place until the retirement of James Galanis Jr. Upon his retirement, he was quoted in the Brattleboro Reformer as saying he would do it all over again if he could. Today, the Galanis name on Main Street is thriving in the capable hands of Missy in what is now known as Galanis Vermont Shop. No doubt James Galanis Sr. would be very pleased and proud to know that the passing of a century has not erased the Galanis name from downtown Brattleboro, and that the legacy of a young Greek immigrant lives on 90 years later. So we want to have the Galanis family come back up and honor them for 90 years.
Snuggle together.
Just a little bit.
Thank you. Sounds like the word scramble was a big hit. We had many tables with correct answers. Very nice. So the winner is table 7. Whatever that is. And you get a prize. You get a big, huge chocolate chip cookie from the Vermont Country Deli. Everyone I did want to say something that we forgot to talk about. You'll see the little postcards on your table that say Love Brattleboro. This is, and I didn't plan anything to discuss about this, but this is a collaboration of the Brattleboro Chamber of Commerce and the Downtown Business Alliance. And there was much discussion about this, but this is one little small piece of marketing campaign that will be worked on to promote Brattleboro. Outside of Brattleboro, it's Penniless Projects is the marketing firm that was hired. And there's been some write-up in the paper about it, but we did want to just share this with everyone and just know that this project did move forward and we're excited about it, and believe it will be discussed at this year's town meeting again to have this on the budget so that we can do it again. And I think that's the end of our meeting. So thank you for coming today, and I think our meeting officially adjourns here. Have a great rest of your day.